Good morning, everybody. It's your girl Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love. Your daily dose of inspiration and juice. It is November the 3rd, 2023, and today the topic is Pregnant with Purpose. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. I hope that you all had a wonderful Thursday. Mine was just fine. Yes, mine was just fine overall. Your girl had some back-to-back things going on this morning, so I need to go ahead and get into the juice because, yeah, right after this, I need to do a dating coaching session, and then right after that, I need to record an episode of the GSL talk show. So, yeah. But if I was recording on time, I wouldn't feel this little pressure. But I mean, hey, to God be the glory. I'm glad I got, I guess a word or two to share at the time that I did, and hey, hopefully it's right on time for you. So yeah, pregnant with purpose, y'all. Let me go ahead and start this thing off by saying, no, your girl ain't pregnant, as far as I know. Okay, so let's just put that off the table, just in case y'all got excited when you saw the word pregnant, X, Y, and Z. Now we talk about that spiritual pregnancy today, y'all. If anybody out there feeling like they are pregnant with purpose, today, I know I have felt that way one time or another. And in some ways, I guess I feel that way now, to a certain extent, because there's still some things that I need to give birth to. But I mean, listen, this year again has been phenomenal for you, girl. I done seen several of my babies come to term, and it's been a blessing and everything like that. But I mean, that might not be everybody's testimony, right? There might be some of us that are just in different stages of our quote unquote pregnancies, and we might need some encouragement today. And so that's what I guess I was encouraged and inspired to study so I could chit chat about right now. So let's get into it, y'all, because like I said, I ain't got too much time to dilly dally. So let's go. Here goes some definitions, y'all. The definition of pregnant says of a woman or female animal having a child or young developing in the uterus. So, I mean, of course, majority of us know what pregnancy means. And I'm not saying that this juice today is only for the women folk. I know that definition is for women, but this could be a man, right, as well. You could have something developing inside of you is the point today. Maybe not the uterus, and things of that nature, but we could all have something developing inside. The second definition for pregnancy or pregnant stood out to me as well, and it says full of meaning, significant or suggestive. So again, we all can have something inside of us that is full of meaning, significant, or suggestive. My study this morning led me to the word purpose as well. So, it's a part of the title and everything like that. And when I look at the definition of purpose, it says the reason for which something is done or created, or for which something exists. So, as I was just thinking about this whole idea again of being pregnant with purpose, I think a lot of us maybe struggle with the idea whether we have purpose or not. Now I'm I guess crazy enough to believe that God created each and every one of us with purpose of some sort. You have meaning and purpose to your life, and so therefore, whatever He has created you to do has meaning and purpose as well. Like those definitions say, significant and has meaning. And so just the definitions alone is a word that I hope will encourage you and inspire you. But let's just talk about like some of these. I guess I started to think about symptoms, but maybe it's the process. Because again, we can all be at different processes and whatnot when it comes to this whole spiritual pregnancy situation. So I came across this article, and it's called Giving Birth to God's Will. And it's by Terry Nance. It is in the Go Deeper section if you guys want to look at it and read it on your own. But here goes some things that were standing out to me about the process of spiritual pregnancy and birth and things of that nature. And so thing number one, I guess we all need to do or have in order to give birth, right, to the things that God has placed inside of us, it's the one we need to have intimacy with God. That's step number one. You can't get pregnant without being intimate. So, I mean, have some intimacy with God. I mean, getting into His Word, things of that nature. That will lead to you being impregnated. All right. And speaking of that, thing number two is you're going to start to receive uh, dreams or visions, right? These dreams and visions could be what God wants you to do. These dreams and visions could be just like a sneak peek into the future or what you're going to do, whatever the case may be. And again, like I told you guys, and I've shared with you guys multiple times about the different things that God has done with me, for me, and through me. But I mean, the most recent development, y'all know, is the movie that I wrote 11 years ago. That was a long pregnancy. But to God be the glory for finally seeing, that baby be birthed, So I guess that's another thing too that I was kind of reminded of this morning, is that everybody's journey is a little different, just because you see someone else's process go a little quicker than yours don't mean that yours isn't significant and doesn't have purpose and things of that nature as well. So starting off with intimacy with God, and then I guess obtaining the dreams and visions that He placed in you. Matter of fact, again, another thing that I saw come to fruition this year, maybe the pregnancy wasn't as long as that movie, but it was the journey of me, wanting to do this little workshop for the kids using Matter Miraculous and then combining faith and science. Now, when God gave me the vision, I thought that I was just going to get online and have a virtual, workshop and all of that. But, but y'all know I am now doing this quote unquote workshop at the church. And in a lot of ways doing it exactly the way that God had given it to me. And it's in person, and it's, an even better experience than just doing it virtually. But I can't lie, I was kind of disappointed when things didn't pan out to do it virtually, because you had a vision in your mind, and you're like, okay, this is gonna be great. I'm gonna be able to do this and reach people from around the world, and people can, have their kid join X, Y, and Z. Faith and science. That's what I was thinking. But then again, the vision kind of changed a little bit. So I guess that leads me to 3 and 4 in the steps of pregnancy, right? So step 3 is to nurture it, right? You get that vision, you get that dream from the Lord. You can start to put things to fruition and nurture that thing. And like I said, I was doing that. I was looking into ways to get things done. But ultimately, I faced some what they call godly travail. And obviously we know that in anything you do for the Lord is going to probably come with some type of, pushback. The enemy ain't happy when you out here trying to do things for the Lord. So of course you're going to get some persecution to some extent, or again, some type of travail. When I looked at the definition of travail, it said painful or laborious effort. So you have to put some effort in, and it might be painful, it might be laborious, but ultimately you will get to step 5, the birth, and it'll be a beautiful thing. You won't even actually, there's a verse that refers to obviously physical birth, and it was talking about how the mother, when her time is come, of course she's going through pains and things of that nature, but when she has that baby, it's like all the pain and things that she went through, that travail that she went through, is gone. And so again, same for you, right? In your spiritual pregnancy and spiritual birth, at the end of the day, you might have some, again, persecution. You might have some things that are trying to block you, stumbling blocks trying to get in your way of the vision coming to fruition. But once it does, I mean, hey, you can start to appreciate, and again, y'all see the fruits from the workshop and whatnot. I share, photos and different things like that of what God is doing with me, for me, and through me, with again the whole Matter Miraculous, the Miracle Lab experience and whatnot. And again, it's even better to be able to do it in person, because there's certain things where, like even the other day, because of what has been established in the on a Sunday with prayer and whatnot, during the Wednesday night situation with Madam Miraculous, the kids, like, soon as I got ready to do worship, the kids was ready for prayer. You know, a couple of them ran up to me and was like, I want to pray, you know, and things like that. And so, and again, not to say I wouldn't have been able to pray with kids virtually, but it's a totally different thing to be able to hold their hand and things like that. And so, you know, I'm not mad at the baby being born in person, you know, versus virtually. I'm not mad at, you know, things happening a little bit differently than what I thought it was going to be. So, you know, I hope these things encourage you and inspire you. I know I didn't just shared a bunch of little examples right now, but let me keep going because, like I said, I ain't got too much time. So, one thing that was standing out to me this morning as I was reflecting on all of this is to remind you guys to not let anyone abort your spiritual baby. You know, sometimes it might be you, so don't you abort your spiritual baby. When I looked at the definition of abortion, it says the deliberate termination of a human pregnancy, and it goes on. And obviously, I know that's a whole nother conversation, but let's just keep talking about the spiritual thing right now. The deliberate the deliberate termination of a pregnancy. Let's just talk about that, or human pregnancy in particular, because we're humans, but a pregnancy, right? Let's not deliberately terminate again the spiritual baby. We might be going through the travail, we might be going through different things, and we're like, man, you know, it's not happening. Let me get rid of it. Or from the even beginning, right? You get the vision, and then you're like, you just think it's a dream or vision. You don't ever, you know, cultivate it. You don't ever what's that second part? Nurture it. No, that's part 3. You never nurture it or cultivate it and things like that. And so let's not do that today. Let's not abort the vision, you know. Obviously, I believe that if God gives you a dream or vision, it's for a reason, you know. So yeah, you know, let's get on the steps. And I don't know where you are in your journey, you know, which part you're at. Are you at the beginning? Are you just receiving the vision and dream? Or are you in the midst of cultivating it? Or are you going through travail right now? Whatever it is, I hope that you are encouraged and inspired to look, carry the baby to term, you know, whatever the term may be. Now, it might be long. Look, it might be 11 years. Okay. You never know. But the thing is, it'll be worth it and whatnot if you keep going. Let me give y'all some Bible, because again, y'all know your girl could talk. So here we go. Joel 2:28, it says, and it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit on all flesh. Your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, your old men shall dream dreams, and your young men shall see visions. And so, yeah, God says he's pouring out his spirit on all flesh, you know, and prophecies, dreams, visions, all these things are happening. And so, again, if you're receiving these things, you know, let's go ahead and go to Habakkuk 2 and 3. This is what we need to do with the visions and things that God gives us. Y'all ready? Here it is. And the Lord answered me, write the vision, make it plain on tablets, so he may run who reads it. For still the vision awaits its appointed time. It hastens to the end. It will not lie. If it seems slow, wait for it. It will surely come, and it will not delay. So here's the thing. At the end of the day, things are happening on God's time, you know, in God's time and things like that. We don't have to worry about whether it's going to happen or not. Like, there's dreams and visions, like I said, it's still in me. Look, it's still stewing. It might be growing a little bit. I don't know what it is, but there's still visions there. And I'm not even worried about when it's going to come at this point, you know. That's just it. I mean, I can give so many examples of what I mean, but why I keep talking about the Cass movie again? I guess because that it took so long, right? That and I gave up. I almost aborted it early this year. I was honest with y'all about that. I was like, listen, I'm done with it. And matter of fact, my mentor, I was talking to her yesterday, and she was like, so she wants to see it done, I guess, the original way. And I'm like, man, listen, I'm done with it. Like, it's out. It's a movie. Like, why we gotta see, you know? But hey, if the Lord wants it to come out as a series with the whole cast, then cool. You know what I mean? Whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not opposed to whatever the Lord wants to do. But yeah, man, we got it. The first thing we can always do to set things in motion and start to nurture the vision that God gives us is to write the vision down. Look, you don't need no, look, unless you don't have no paper or no pen, I mean, there's some way that you can write the visions down. That's the first step. I mean, if you have already, obviously had intimacy with God and received the dream and vision, then at least write it down. Okay, and hopefully that'll help you get to the next the next level. But yeah, let me keep on going, y'all. Jeremiah 23:16, it says, "Thus says the Lord of hosts, do not listen to the words of prophets who prophesy to you, filling you with vain hopes. They speak visions of their own minds, not from the mouth of the Lord." Ooh, that might be Pope this morning. Listen, there's all kinds of people out here. Y'all might consider me somebody out here. Like in Miracle over here, prophet line. I don't mean to by no means. I'm just trying to study in the morning and share. That's all I'm trying to do. But I mean, yeah, you're gonna hear a variety of words out here and things of that nature. And these things, right, can lead to us aborting the visions and dreams. Because then you're like, well, Lord, this ain't coming to fruition. I heard this person speak this on my life. Or I heard that person speak that on my life. And it ain't coming to fruition X, Y, and Z. Now, some stuff might not be God's will for you in your life. Some things might just be for somebody else or just for that particular person that received it and things like that. So, I mean, again, I guess take all this type of stuff with a grain of salt. Let the Lord lead you and guide you on, again, the dream and vision that he gives you. I feel like, and this just hopefully will help and encourage and inspire you. When you receive a outside prophecy or something on you, most likely, in my humble opinion, y'all can take it to the Lord, but it should confirm what God had already told you. It shouldn't be like a surprise. You know what I'm saying? It should be something that is confirmation to you rather than like a new word that you've never received or something like that. Like God would have told you first, and if he needed to send somebody else to confirm it to you, then that can happen. I'm not saying that can't happen, but if it's not that, then hey, pray, take it with a grain of salt. Just be wary, because I mean, I saw that verse twice today, and I felt led to go ahead and write it down. So if it's for you, by all means, take it. Here's another verse, y'all. Proverbs 19:21. It says, "Many are the plans of the mind of a man, but it is the purpose of the Lord that will stand." I tell y'all, guys, I tell y'all over and over and over again how this thing has worked in my life. Like, the reason why y'all see me on this path today is because at some point I received from the Lord that, hey, the only thing that's going to matter and stand is what you do for me. And I said, okay, well, I want to do something that's going to last. I want to do something that's going to matter. And so there you go. I mean, we can have all the plans, but again, if it's not according to God's plans, then again, you might not see it come to fruition. I don't know. I mean, but hey, I'm not trying to discourage or anything like that. The dream and vision that God has given you, and it all has, what was that? Those verses say they are all significant, right? And have meaning and things of that nature. So don't be discouraged and things like that. Don't abort it and things like that. Wait for it to come to term and nurture it and push through the travail and things of that nature. Ultimately, this is the juice this morning. Y'all can go deeper. Plenty of verses that you guys can peruse that are actually in the articles that I put. So I don't have any verses in the go deeper section, but there's a couple of articles there. One of them is at gotquestions.org, and it is asking the question, does God have a plan for me? Again, no, excuse me. Is that right? Yeah, does God have a plan for me? You guys can look at that article, read it and everything like that. I hope it encourages you and inspires you. Because like I said, this is the juice. I mean, I feel like we all have purpose and things of that nature. So whether you need to figure out what your purpose is or, seek the Lord or write down those dreams and visions, whatever it is, I hope you're encouraged and inspired to do so. The Bible verse of today is Hebrews 11:6. It says, "But without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him." Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration and juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Just a reminder, today is Friday, so we have a new episode of the GSL Talk Show coming out tonight with Mr. Carter Hughes. Speaking of purpose, he's a career coach. and things like that. So you guys can check out his, the conversation that I had with him. He also has a school. It's called Carter Hughes Knowledge Institute. You guys can check that out as well. And yeah, y'all have a wonderful, wonderful Friday. I look forward to talking to y'all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye. There you go, Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, anybody listening to the sound of my voice. I hope that you all are encouraged and inspired. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And yeah, man, I had to go ahead and get that out. Now that gives me maybe like a few minutes in between when this first virtual coaching session. And then right after that, like I said, I'm supposed to do this episode of the GSL Talk Show. So your girl is like, but it's all good. I'm here getting it done. And yeah, so I hope that juice encourage you and inspire you all. Again, don't abort that spiritual baby. Go ahead and carry it to term and things like that. There's joy on the other side and everything like that. I'm gonna let y'all go so I can rest my little voice for a few minutes. But y'all have a great, great day, and I look forward to talking to y'all tomorrow if the Lord's will. Bye.